Yahweh. Yahweh. Hallelujah. 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 Kwame Yasharala. Yabra Kamya Bashama Chagashai. Hey, make sure y'all share this out, man. I absolutely love, I absolutely love how you can just let these go through and you can listen to these. These are actually called peyote chants, all right, or peyote songs. Yabra Kum Yabba Shama Shaka Shah, Shalom to the 12 tribes of Yashala scattered throughout North, South, Central America into the interior Africa. We're streaming right now live on YouTube and Facebook. We're gonna go a little bit into this whole Gorilla Hebrew controversy, and I personally am just gonna speak freely. I'm gonna speak in the spirit. So if you're watching, please share out, get involved. All right, there's a lot of aspects. We are in the time frame of Pesach, Gorilla Hebrews controversy, and his anal sex request. And now it's not an accusation if the brother has spoken on it. If he has openly said, "This is something I repented from," it is no longer an accusation, but it is a confession now. So it is not considered to be tail bearing. It is not considered to be backbiting. All right. I want to go over a few scriptures because I keep seeing all of these, conversations. Now, I'm not going to say I'm between both sides at all. You know what I'm saying? I have my stance, and my stance is firm and definitive. I want to share this link real quick. This is what we're currently listening to. This is Kevin Yazzie. Now, I like to minister with Nagayana. I like to minister with music. If you can hear me well, put a 7 in the room. All right. If you can hear me good, put a 7 in the room. I want you all to see this link. I want to share with you because I think every teacher, which, we all are teachers. I think every teacher should want their students to be better teachers. So therefore, I like to share the information. I like to share where I'm looking up stuff from. All right. So just like this is my favorite etymology website, online etymology. So with that being said, so we're listening to Kevin Yazzie, but I couldn't think of anything else to play because music affects our mode, it affects our understanding, it affects what spirit we get into. So I really try to be proper on the vibrations I play. So if you can get down with it, try to. Eventually the drum and the beat and the crying out to Yahweh will catch over you and you won't even pay attention to it anymore. And you know what I'm saying? So it just if you can, just let it happen. Our grandparents used to call on Yahweh. We said, yo, you can't make this stuff up. They said at the same time. If you can hear me well, put a 7 in the room. All right. If you can hear me well, put a 7 in the room. All right. So I'm gonna pull up this real quick. For those of you who know, what I'm saying, this is my Facebook. All right, you can like, share, subscribe, be a part of the Facebook community, the Israelite community. All right, this right here, these are actually, all praise the Most High. These are my chucks. These are my 3 holy colored chucks. Blue, purple, scarlet, homie. Blue, purple, scarlet is the colors that we stand on. All praise. And then as you can see, this is a manhole cover, and it says Yerushalayim, and that's the lion of the tribe of Judah, Yahushai, and the olive branches. All right. So, Baba Kushah, please be a part of the community. All right. What I'm going to do is, and I like to do this, I like to openly read my messages because a lot of times when we rolling around, we ministering, et cetera, we don't get to be like, oh, hey, this is this. And I'm a very sincere person. All right. So we've been talking about the Gorilla Hebrew Sakari, which I like talking about the name Sakari because I've always said, why do you call yourself Sakari? That is not a good name. As soon as I'm reading Flavius Josephus, I'm going through, we're doing our etymology, we're studying. I'm like, Sakari, that's not good. And then I was like, well, Sakari, a band of rebels. that would stand against the Romans for injustice. Sakari. And it was like, ooh, that sounds cool. But then if you look at it, it's like, no, that's the band of robbers. That's the real literal backstabbers. That's the ones who used to carry the short daggers and go throughout the crowd and be like, hey, yeah, man, so I heard that you was up in there trying to talk about you was okay with reparations for yeah, Kwame, yes, you're right, nigga. And then they'll do this. They'll push you down and be like, oh no, somebody just got shanked up. Hey, look, somebody just killed one of our brothers. Hey, Bruce, hey, everybody come and look. And then they would duck off into the crowd. That was Sakari. Listen, man, I've never been bashful about that. Why? Because once you learn something, you're responsible for it. So I would ask the baby brews. I was like, why do you go by that? You don't know the meaning of that, baby brew? Yo, this is what it means. So I would tell them talk. So I'm still the same on that. And you know, and that ain't a hate thing. It's just truth. You have to know what was the different sects. Who was the Pharisees? Who was the Sadducees? Who was the Jebusites? Who was the Ebionites? Who was the Nazarenes? Who was the Sicarii? Who were the hooded ones that carried short daggers that would backstab you? And then Deacon had the audacity to call me a backstabber? Deacon, was you serious on that? Yeah, you was real serious on that one, Deacon. Love you, bro. And then you blocked me when you and Jeremiah were supposed to do the debate. But that's okay. I understand. I'm grateful that you got your answer at that time frame. I pray that you changed your doctrine for the better. Because at that time frame we was dealing with, I think it was, you can't have sex on the Shabbat. Oh yeah, that's what it was. Yeah. Yeah, so it was, you can have sex on the Shabbat. We like, you can't have sex on the Shabbat. And then the brother, after he blocked me, and we had a beautiful conversation. That was discouraging, Deacon. That wasn't nice as a brother and a friend. I lovest thou. I wisheth I could calleth thou, but thou blocketh thy brothereth when thou was supposed to do it, the debateth, brother Deacon. So no women coming to the Shabbat on a menstrual cycle. No having sex on the Shabbat. What else? And it was the new moon is not waxing crescent, it's interlunar phase. And the brother, we had a conversation on the phone, brother. But anyway, long story short, if I could have called Deacon during this time frame, I believe I would have. I know I definitely called Gorilla Hebrew because, you know, it's the right thing to do according to the scriptures. All right. So I got stuff to say. I'll be, you know, and I was honest, I was sincere. You know, I did post. I was like, hey, Deacon, you know, I mean, not Deacon, but Gorilla, you know, I'm going to say what I say. I'm going to be fair. I'm going to be just, you know, but we all have to stand up, you know. And I believe that's what's going on. All right. So with that being said, our brother Kevin Yazzie, he got turned up a little bit. I'm gonna turn him down just a little bit. Man, it's just so beautiful, man. And then you can't help it too. It's the drum. It's the ministry of the drum. The ministry of the drum is always gonna catch your attention. All right. So with that being said, I got to see a lot of videos. I got to see a lot of. I did not watch Gorilla's response. Now, let me say this. I did not take joy in seeing people reposting Gorilla Hebrew's face of him crying. Now, I got jokes. Everybody got jokes. This is Yasha'Allah. We got jokes. Israel got jokes. But no, it's not right to kick a man when he's down. And yes, I would have loved it if my peers and my Zaquanium and my and I know I'm not an easy cookie to deal with, because if you accuse me of something, you better come with the booyah. And then I'll be like, oh yeah, now let me tell you why. But if you just nitpicking around like, well, we ain't gonna tell you. No, homie, you just want me to take time for what? I already did time. And then we got this Torah that I ain't supposed to stand on the Torah. So therefore, I don't believe it's right to kick Gorilla Hebrew when he's down, because the man is down. Now, here's another thing. I seen a brother doing to me, it was like a cleanup video. He was like, you know, I didn't like the way he used the scriptures, etc. You know what I'm saying? But that's just my opinion, you know. But respectfully, I'll also say this. Respectfully, I'll also say this. We have to look at what Levites can and can't do. All right, let's get down to the nitty gritty of it. We have to look at what Levites can and can't do. All right. Now, what I'm going to do is, if you call yourself a priest, see, I know Levites. I know brethren that I know brethren that have. I don't know nobody. I'm the only Israelite that I know, as my brother Asa said. Point of saying such as to say, I know Levites who would love to continually stand in the priest office and department. There are certain things that Levites can and can't do, and we're going to look at that. What are the sexual morality laws? Now, before we get started, let me say I am the first brother that has the largest corn search ever. All right, I found my first little golden corned tape in my one of my elder family members' household, and I popped it in, and I thought it was a movie like RoboCop, and it wasn't. It was white people moving around and making moaning sounds, and I said, "Ew!" And I pushed stop and I turned it off, and that was my first visual exposure to it. All right. So the point of saying such is to say, from that time frame to now, we all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of the Most High. Let he who was without sin cast the first bottle of Vaseline. I'm not adding to or taking away. What I'm doing is making it relatable. And the scripture says, let he without sin, he that is without sin cast the first stone. But I'm gonna say, not but, and also along with that, I'm gonna say, let he who is without sin cast the first dildo. Let her who is without sin cast the first vibrator. So let me say that too. All right. So point of saying such as to say, I never did come down on Gorilla Hebrew ever. For those of you who don't know me, for those of you who haven't rocked with us for years in the ministry, haven't seen me and Gorilla Hebrew at the Israelite summits being inducted in at Shatardium together. You haven't seen me and Hebrew, Gorilla Hebrew, outside making sure that blood wasn't shed between Israelite brothers together. Me, him, and I think the young prince aside. You don't know about those things. But the reality of it is I've never been against him. I just didn't like the way he operated. But that ain't a sin. It's something you go to your brothers on. But then when you go to your brother, and then they have their brothers post up on you, I was like, I could break your elbow, bro. Why would you do that to me, man? Because at first I was like, whoa, I'm not your enemy. And then I was like, I was like, ooh, you don't love me. And I was very offended, and it hurt my feelings. It was at the summit. And then Gorilla Hebrew blocked me because he bears false witness against one of our elders, Zaquan Barak. And I was like, why are you bearing false witness? And he was like, tell them that he harassing me. Gorilla Hebrew gonna tell the elders I'm harassing him. My name is the pastor harasser, homie. It's the pastor harasser. So if you standing there going on the 5-hour rant, lying on Zaquan Barak, all right, make sure y'all share this out. Baba Kushai, all praise. Put a 7 in the room if you can hear me okay. If the music is too low or too loud, put a 3 in the room. All right. Put a 7 in the room. Let me make sure that everything is Tuab with the Nagayana. All right, with the sound. All right. So with that being said, if you're standing there bearing false witness, brother, I'm going to tell you I was there. You're bearing false witness. That's not how the summit happened. And nobody was hating on you, Gorilla. It's thou, it's Hebrew, it's thou's. And no, Gorilla Hebrew, that man wasn't an angel. He was drunk. That man was out there. He was prophesying. And no, Gorilla Hebrew, just because we block the videos and we take them down and we make them private doesn't mean that we, our peers, others didn't see it. Just like I've had videos that I've had up. I was like, oh, let me not post that one. For those who've seen it, they seen it. For those who didn't see it, they didn't see it. All right. My search engine is not flawless. All right. I try to keep it as clean as possible in the spirit. I don't go to things I shouldn't. My Amma, she says, watch what your hands are doing. So let me say that. All right. So we've all done that, Gorilla. I understand. At the same time, just because you took the video down, me, what's the brother name? Officer Joshua Isaac, a few other brothers, we were there, brother. We're eyewitnesses because we're your fellow peers and ministers. All right. So let's go ahead and bring this up, man. Shalom, call me out, Sharala. Yabra, come out, Bashim out. Make sure you put a 7 in the room if you can hear it good, a 3 in the room if you need me to turn the volume down. We're working off of Restream because StreamYard done put the price up. Like Negroes got taxes, and we about to pay more money for StreamYard. We not doing that, man. I mean, so I got to figure out how Restream work, but the ministry ain't slowed down none. So salute to everybody that's building. Yes, I'm gonna be going in the way that the Most High is giving me to. If you've seen my posts, all of my posts are sincere. And then I gotta say this, and this isn't in a demoralizing or a demeaning way. For those of you who know me, my peers, my Zaquani that rock with me, I say stuff like that, like Shalom, young man. I say stuff like, "You're not my elder, you're my peer." Why? So their peers can know who their elders are. Vashama Mashiach Hawashai. So their students can know who their Zaquanium really are. So I make sure I publicly say, you're not my elder, I'm your peer. So when we do peer reviews, we do sincere and we do honest peer reviews. I'm going to go over my own peer reviews. All right. So this is my Facebook. As you all know, you can subscribe, like, share, all that good stuff. Do the same thing with the YouTube. It really helps us with the ministry. The focus is not to bash and slander Gorilla Hebrew. That is not what I'm doing. I love this. I just did this post a minute ago. That was excellent. It's an excellent post right here, man. Terrible and excellent, man. All right. So women I ask, should Levites be ghetto gagging white? Oh yeah, okay. Oh, there we have it. So there's my question. So I'm familiar with ghetto gagging because I've seen the porn website. And don't go and look at it. Don't go and look for it. It's demoralizing. It's disgusting. I've had my time frame, and I am going to have to answer for my sins in the past and in the present and in the future. We don't want to encourage anybody. We don't want to put these stumbling blocks in front of us. So if you're like, what's ghetto gagging? Don't go and look it up. It's very bad. It's nasty. It's icky. And we have to tell the truth. This is what I'm asking. Women I ask, should Levites be ghetto gagging white man on the daughters of Israel? I got to make stuff relatable because when I do posts and it'd be like for the men, and it'd be like, I say something like, there's so many beautiful, unfaithful Israelite sisters. It's like got all the hate in it. When you tell the truth on specific subjects, specifically dealing with sisters, oh man, it's cricket the world. Question for the sisters: is it possible for a man to affect you so much emotionally that you don't want to have sex with him? Is that possible? Is it possible for a man to affect you so much that I don't want to have sex with you no more, even though he's your husband? Is that possible? I've done over 10 years in correctional facilities. Yahweh has kept me from all homosexual urges. All praise Yahweh by Shema outside. And we're not in prison. So we're not in prison. We're not in prison. All right. We're not in prison. We're not in prison. Most High kept me over 10 years of experience in and out of instant. I don't mean I worked there. Okay. What did Cube say? Damn, G, the spot's getting hot. So this is a young man's summer vacation. No chance for rehabilitation. So look at the number of the years that I'm facing. I mean, come on, man. And it wasn't no, hey, John over there looking soft like Mary. Oh, he smelled like Egyptian. The smell of a masculine doo-doo hole of a man and the hair that comes around this conglomerate of sturdy, what's supposed to be a beast of destruction of a man is not supposed to have any relation of affection at all whatsoever. Willie D said, this ass ain't made for peeling caps, homie. This ass says exit only. It was that Willie D or Scarface. Real spill by Shum. All right. I don't want to be blasphemous. All right, at all. I don't even want to slur, and use appropriate speech and the Most High's name in the same context. So, so this ass isn't made for peeling caps, ain't made for getting shot at. This bum says exit only. So I praise Yahweh by Shema Shagao style. Abominable smell of tiger. Tiger was a big nigga and he was knocking them out. Pow! And then he'll be like, and then when Tiger, and I praise Yahweh by Shema Shagao style, I had the blessing of being able to see my Benathian, my daughter. She's a testimony. She's a witness. And I praise my bond, my son. He's a testimony. He's a witness. My Benath, my Aqua, Victoria. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Tori, love you. So, karate chop. right? She'd call me Karate Chop instead of Karate Zaya. She'll call me Karate Chop. I'm like, okay, so what up? So on. So long story short, my children have the blessing of being able to see me in there and out of here. And Tiger, I'm telling y'all from my personal life experience, Tiger behind bars, 6'4", all muscles, shoulder, chest, ripped, diesel, hands like a bear. And he talked like a sissy. And he smelled like Egyptian musk and baby powder and sweat and anus. He smelt like a man was protruding another man. And I'm telling y'all right now, men who overexert themselves in homosexual erotic activities, you have a stench. And the scripture says that the stench of Sodom went up to Yahweh. You cannot lie to me. I've been around men, I've been around women, I've been around men, and I've never in my life, in the life that Yahweh has given me, I'm going to humble myself because I don't know how many moments, seconds, breaths I have. And I want to spend these last moments, breaths ministering with you all. So let me bring myself down. Men and women who perform anal acts, homosexuality. I remember it when I was little. It was a smell I didn't like. I remember the stinky smell. I remember the smell of crack when I was little because it smells like burnt sugar and drywall. And I remember the smell of Batsy Boy. It was nasty smell. It was something, ew, and it made you want to run. See, little children still have their tenderness. That's why I hate adults that pervert the tenderness of Yaladium. Because let them be pure as long as they can. And why do you force them to be hurtful right now? Because you're hurting? Why can't they be pure? Pitney them still now. So children, they know senses. And I remember smelling this bad smell when I grew up. And then when I went to and when I went to summer camp, when I went to band camp, one time in summer camp, I recognized that smell. And then I was out in the world. And when I was out in the world, I was around doing things. And I still got my summer camp build and glow. And I was around some dudes. And I was like, I know that smell. So the scripture says the stench of Sodom and Gomorrah went up to Yahweh. Is it lawful for a Levite to perform certain sexual acts is my question. That's my question. Let's go back to the top. I want y'all to check out this post. All right. This post right here is semen energized, itches. All right. All right. Watch that post. Tell me what y'all think about it. Women, I asked, I asked, because I did one post. I said, it's a lot of beautiful, unfaithful women. Crickets. Then when they came in with the hate, like, oh, you're wicked. Like, no, I'm not being wicked. I got witnesses and testimonies and pictures and videos and babies to prove that it's many wicked, unfaithful Israelite women. And then as soon as I said that, booyah, the Most High was like, all right. So everybody pray for Gorilla Hebrew's his ribs, pray for his children, because the children are always affected. Listen, I'm a first-hand witness and account. Y'all think I spent years of my life ministering, traveling the world, going through ups and downs, and my Yaladium weren't affected, my children weren't affected? I just pray how I had the blessing to be able to instill in them before they came into the adulthood. And they still gonna be all right because they were instilled in, train up a child in the way to grow, and they when I depart from it. You think I went years ministering, my children weren't affected? Children are always the first ones affected. Pray for Gorilla Hebrews, Yaladium. You think they're not getting picked on and teased and stuff said, and they can't read social media? Y'all are mean pie poo-poo heads. Now, I got jokes. And there's a couple of emojis that I shouldn't have started. A couple of things, but I had to do it. It's like if the scriptures is like, say it. And once you say it, don't go back on it. There's a rebuke that is not comely. And you think, and hold on, here's one another thing. You Negroes think that Anya, which I'm nobody. You Negroes think that Crumworm, the Hebrew, Isaiah Yasha'Allah, who went through his trial and test over an accusation of masturbation with the consent of his rib and supposed to be with a prayer. What does that mean? I had 3 days while I was in sexual overdrive. My rib wasn't giving me due benevolence. My other rib was over the way. I said, hey, whoopty-whoopty-woo. I said, hey, send me what's mine. and I allow myself to engage whatever with my ribs, my personal possessions, and I don't speak too much in that direction. But the point is to say, I went to my rib that wasn't giving me due benevolence. I said, baby, pray for me. This is what's been going on. I said, look, I need to get back on my square, but I need some affection from you. There's been too many times where I've had women deny me of sexual due benevolence and tell me to go to get it from my other wife. You're not supposed to. See, I know the laws of due benevolence. I keep the laws of due benevolence. I praise Yahweh. Rashwan say, honey, I need to take out the trash. While I'm there, boom, shouldn't act so much. Boom, taking the trash out. And I need you to fix this wall. Give me the drywall. I'll fix it. Boom, here go the pictures of the car. You're fixing it. Give me some more drywall. I'll fix the ceiling. Give me a scaffold. I'll fix the roof. So I know the laws of due benevolence. I had a couple of days of slipping up. I told my rib, pray with me. She weaponized it and used it against me. Mazaquanium didn't come back and check on me like I would have wanted Gorilla Hebrew, his peers and his elders to do with him. But at the same time, there's a rebuke that's not comely. So my post was, if you're a part of Zakari, if you support Zakari, if you're an officer of Zakari and you want to rock with your Zaquan, rock with your Zaquan. Support him. Women, I ask, should Levites be ghetto gagging white man on the daughters of Israel? Now, I've seen this stuff. I've repented in the past. My Google search browser is not complete Quadash. I don't think it. I tried to keep it. I don't know. I be researching. I know my hands are clean. I can hear my ama. Son, watch what your hands are doing. Con ama. Ay, Dios mío. Gracias, Yahweh. So I'm aware of this stuff, but I will never. I pray I never. I pray my mind never becomes so corrupt, because I've done and said some things. Hey, listen, hey, let me tell y'all this. I've had ribs that have left me, who I love to this day, that to this day will be like, I'm sorry for what I did. And I'm like, I know. You know, I miss you. You know, I miss you too. And that happens. That conversation happens. Can't be mad about that. We got children together. That's none of some people's business. But hey, some people get mad about that. Hey, there's laws that go along with that. Some people get mad about that. I can say that's my concubine. Guess why? Because Jacob never slept. Well, was it Zilpah or Bilhah? Put her name here. Was it Zilpah or Bilhah who had slept with Reuben? Jacob never slept with her again after she slept with his son. But she was still a part of his camp. Booyah. His children were still their children. Booyah. Here, oh, get up out of here. You never want to see your stinking ugly face again. I'm just going to give me a second wife. Oh, them kids, I don't know what I'm going to do. You Negroes is whack. Y'all didn't grow up under Zaquan Nathan Yala. You didn't grow up under Zaquan Partazah. You didn't grow up standing up all night reading the Torah, standing up all day reading the Torah. You grew up internet babies. And you don't want to study the Torah portion all week so you can get refreshed. So you don't know how to deal with Torah-based problems. So when somebody hits you with something like Snow Bunny Hotel, you don't know how to handle it. Because Deuteronomy 24 says that you black women are supposed to be teaching the white women. You just needed a Negro to agitate you enough to tell you. We know this Tawarah. When we go to war and we take their children into captive, we're supposed to teach them and they're supposed to have fringes on. No. Come here, little Jaffret. Come here, Jaffret. We don't eat crawdads no more. Jaffret, put that down, Jaffret. You don't have to bray under the nezzles of the trees anymore, Jaffret. Jaffret, get that pig out your mouth, Jaffret. We eat lamb now. Who y'all think taught their children? We did. When they dyed themselves blue and they didn't know how to bathe with soap and water. Who you think taught them in Scotland and England? We did. Who you think taught their women the laws? Our women. So when you get a Negro talking about Snow Bunny Hotel, you get your black woman draws in a bunch, but you don't want to do right. It's ridiculous. So now you got a Levite man who has said these are things that he wanted to do with his rib. I believe he did a video. If the thing isn't true and it's a farce, it's a hoax, then I pray that Gorilla Hebrew gets an Academy Award for pulling the second biggest Drake. Oops, I got you. I really set up that stuff there for Kendrick Lamar. See, I made you say that stuff in the rap. I really pray that Gorilla Hebrew gets an award Academy for exposing all the whatever. Get the snot out of here. If you and your woman was wicked enough to pull off a grand scheme like that around the time frame of Passover, then you Negroes both deserve y'all judgment on whatever it is from distracting everybody. And I repent because I should have been teaching on the tabernacle more. I fell asleep. The Torah twins was teaching, and I was like, "Oh, this is a good lesson." And I was like, well, "I can only watch it on Facebook." And I was like, "Oh," and I fell asleep. And the next day, but I should have been teaching on tabernacle. Let's get back to this. All right. Man, look, I want to show y'all what the scriptures say. All right, women I asked, and I hope somebody answered this question by now. Women I asked, Levites be ghetto gagging. You see what it says. But on the doors there. So the answer to the question is an indefinite and emphatic no. All right. I hope that you have a different I hope that you don't have a different perspective of that. Let's see where we are real quick. Now the multitude heard God giving the precepts, Moses discourse of. Okay, so we're in the book of Flavius Josephus, Antiquities of the Jews. Now this was last week's Torah portion, the beauty of the tabernacle. I pray everybody can see this. All right, I know it's a lot of words in black and white, so we're going to petition, pray that the Holy Spirit takes us where we're supposed to be. All right, and also I want to show y'all, we were supposed to learn. Don't worry about, these guys. They were probably really painted black and they just changed them. I don't know. But we were supposed to learn about the beauty of the tabernacle, the showbread table, the altar of incense, the brazen altar sacrifice. And there was so much beautiful information in here to learn. And the Torah portion was done by the Torah twins. They did an excellent job. If anybody ever wants to, this information is so blessed and fulfilling. Shame on you Negroes that hate on Flavius Josephus just because you don't like that he be cutting y'all on y'all's doctrines. Flavius Josephus was before the Piso family, so drop that weak doctrine. The Piso family, stop it. Josephus wrote, he was born before then, and he used other historians. Other historians used him before the so-called Pisos. That's past. That's doo-doo doctrine. Stop it. Your elder was whack for teaching that. I don't care. I exiled. I'm on the Isle of Patmos, so I can say stuff. You in the camp, I can say it. Your elder whack. Booyah. So since they're not teaching these things, they're negating information, which makes them bad teachers, and it restricts you from actually learning the truth. Sakari is mentioned multiple times in Flavius Josephus, and they don't have a good reputation at all whatsoever. All right. So with that being said, be careful what you call yourself. It's very important to know what you call yourself. All right. So enter rejection to that generation. We're going to scroll down and Bashom Mashak Shai. Petition that the Father gives us and takes us to where we're supposed to be. Okay. I love Yahweh. I want to cry because I want to tell y'all the Father never denies, and I'm going to be in so much. I already know I'm in trouble. There's so much that I'm supposed to be doing and teaching, and I really need to do more. And I apologize for please pray for me for my procrastination. All right. I want to read this to you because this is very important. We all know Leviticus chapter 18, Leviticus chapter 19, etc., the laws on sexual morality. Now, men are not supposed to be pegged. You don't put stuff up your bum at all whatsoever. You don't teach boys to do it. It's not cool. You're in a Hellcat. You got a great rap song. Put the plug on, bum. I don't give a damn if you like me or not. Well, I care. And you know why I care? Because the priest's lips should teach knowledge. Flat out. And priest Kahan from LOZ is my priest also. So when you say you don't got no elders but Zaquan Shalimah and Zaquan Kahan, well, guess what? Zaquan Kahan anointed me in my mashmacha too. And he anointed me to do what I'm supposed to do. So I care. I care because the baby brews need to learn what Yahweh says. And the priest lives to teach knowledge, and the Levites are supposed to give the instructions, and the Judites are supposed to give it out. That's how our government structure works. If we don't have a government structure, then we are heathens. As for adultery, Masha Moses forbid it entirely, as esteeming it a happy thing that men should be wise in the affairs of wedlock, and that it was profitable to cities and families that children should be known to be genuine. He also abhorred men lying with their mothers as one of the greatest crimes, and the like for lying with father's wife. There's proof we had multiple wives. Don't lay with your mother, and don't lay with any of my other wives. And with aunts and sisters and sons' wives, as all instances of abominable wickedness. He also forbade a man to lie with his wife when she is defiled by her natural purgation, and to not come near brute beasts. Everybody understands what we're reading, but if you know me, you know what's about to happen. So we're going to break this part down real quick. All right, so it's not lawful for us to come to women when they're on their period, when they're on their natural purgation, when the fountain of her flower is open. Daughters of Israel, I want you to start doing something beautiful and specific. Start getting yourself a beautiful oil that smells like hyssop, that smells like flower, that smells like rose. Can I call you Rose? Can I call you Rose? Hey, that's my song, my bad. Cause you, this song is so fun. Get you a rose smell. And every time you know your flower is about to come, you mix a little bit of that with maybe some tea tree oil, melaleuca, some peppermint, some spearmint, something that's got some mint in it because it's going to help cool you. You mix that flower smell that you like. Don't get nothing else bougie, no bougie expensive. Don't do that. Get a flower scent from the scriptures. And every time your flower is about to come, when you bathe, when you wash, that's what you use to keep on yourself, right? And it'll cool you. It'll relax you. It'll give a soothing scent to you and others that are around. It'll let people know, sisters know, that, oh, you smell nice. Oh, okay, yeah, come. Yeah, come. My flower. So I'm set apart right now. If you women start doing that with your daughters right now, for them to, man, y'all will change the course of everything. So when women are defiled with their natural purgation, they're not supposed to come to the Shabbat class. Israelite saints all about Christ. You got to stop letting women come to the Shabbat when they're on their menstrual cycle. If you have not stopped doing that, Israelite saints all about Christ. If you haven't stopped doing that, then you're in error. And I will write you a letter showing you the scriptures and my personal thoughts, telling you how much I love you. But I'll also tell you, because my daughters are in there, right? My runaway rib is in there, right? When they're on their natural purgation, I command and demand that my daughters are set apart and they don't have permission to come when their mother's on their flower. Isn't that a shame? Isn't that a shame, children of Israel, that this is how low we've come? Somebody heard that. Amen. So pray that my daughters are given back into my hands. Their mother's already said she didn't have to come get them. I just need to make sure that we don't make another dry run. We've done 2 runs to go and pick up Kayaya. I came back once with a dog and a second time with another broken heart. I won't do it a 3rd time with 2 daughters and her having the men of Isaac backing her up with my daughters and the other brothers that's all up in her Instagram liking her stuff. No. I want my daughters, and I don't want, so somebody pray that my daughters are raised with me. I learned that Memphis stands for making easy money, pimping hoes, and serious business. Guess what? I learned that from the elders of the school that she's at, Isaac. I've never heard that. I thought Memphis was known for barbecue. I thought Memphis was known for Elvis. I didn't know it was known for pimping women. Give me my daughters. As their mother attempts to pimp me for money. It's disgusting. Give me my daughters. So let's get back to this real quick. When women are on their natural purgation, we're not to go near them. I don't want my daughters on a Shabbat class when women are unclean. So if you all know, hey, you on your period? Hey, your husband said you can't be here. Get out. Get out. Your husband said you can't be here. So don't go near women when on their flower. Watch this. and not to come near brute beasts. What does that mean? Don't have sex with animals. It blatantly says don't not to come near. It's don't have sex with animals. Your Levite chief high priest didn't teach you this. Nor to approve of lying with male. I will tell each and every one of you short-daggered Negroes, each one of you Sicarii short-daggered Negroes, if you approve of lying with males, you are directly in violation of several laws that were given to us by our teacher, legislator, lawgiver, by the name of, drum roll please, Moses. Masha Moshe. So stay in your camp. Whatever you're convicted to do. I've seen one heart bleeding video, and I trust me, I've had my heart bleeding times too. I want my daughters. You niggas is wicked. I didn't do that. Where's the bottle of Vaseline? You can't even prove it. Oh, where's the proof? You gotta be kidding me. And these Negroes is officially silent. See, the scripture says to envy not. Envy not. And I don't envy at all. I'm not an envious dude, never have been. A woman once asked me, she's like, why are you so lonely? I was like, I ain't lonely. One of my favorite songs is Alone, Every Night Alone. Why am I alone when I know that you want me to? That's my song, right? So the sister asked me that. I was like, no, I ain't lonely. And I was like, hey, hold on, wait. Then I started answering questions because my children were taken, because my government turned on me, because my name was sullied, because my money was stolen, because the Torah is not being kept. It just really it was a really beautiful, sincere counseling experience. And I praise Yahweh Bashem Mashiach Yahushua. I'm going to segue all of that back into saying this. You Sicarii Negroes are not allowed to approve of men lying with males. This means we are not allowed to be pegged. If you don't know the definition of pegged, we're going to show it to you right now. Super easy, barely an inconvenience. Pegged etymology. We're not going to do Google. We're going to scroll on down. Booyah. All right. Peg. No. That's peg. I don't know. I haven't seen. I don't know what this is yet. I'm going to be careful. Pointed pin of wood. Okay, that's fair. That's not what we're looking for. I'm doing research for myself. All right. Let's put it in up here. Good. Is that correct? One of my elders, he was like, you don't got to spell everything when you don't got to read everything when you're spelling it. And I was like, yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. I do multi languages. Stuff be sounding different to me. Words don't make sense in English to me sometimes. You know what I'm saying? It's not working for me. I'm going to do the regular Google search. All right. Pegged. What? I don't know. I'm not getting anything. Pegged meanings at earliest known, pegged, earliest evidence, pegged form, pegged, 1611. I don't know. Is this it? Can anybody show me? I'm being sincere. All right. I'm not like, oh, I had this lined up and I had a bootleg set up and no. Nah, man. Nah, man. Come on, man. I don't want to be clicking all that stuff, man. You got to be careful with that stuff, man. Meanings for a list OD. Whoop-de-whoop-de-woo. Century. Woo. I'm not seeing what I want. Earliest evidence. Pegged. Cotton out. Set. See, I don't even know. See etymology. Can anybody teach me? I'm not getting what I want. Can anybody put the definition here for me? Salaklaya. Pegged meaning? Does that work? Peg meaning? Definition peg, expected peg, something. Peg, follow, peg, thing. I'm not seeing nothing bad. Cambridge, participle, peg. I'm not seeing that to pin, to push, to drive it through a surface. I'm not seeing nothing bad. To use mark scores, define limits, support Merriam-Webster's, Peg, synonymous, rank, classified. Hey, man, sometimes, man, see, that's what I be talking about. Sometimes we just be using words out of context, man. It's not lawful for a man to be, it's lawful for a man to be pushed. No, wait, it's not lawful for a man to be pushed. I'm going to leave it alone. I'm going to leave it alone. If any of y'all know, if any of y'all know, y'all show me. All right. What am I? Yeah, show me. I don't know. I don't know. I know what I've read, and what I've read is and see, maybe I read a bad note. It sounded like some sex stuff. It sounded like some bum booty stuff. And I know we don't do no bati boy stuff. We don't do no booty stuff. So if pegged don't mean bati boy booty stuff, then all right, salaklia, please forgive me. I apologize. If it do mean it, then you gotta show me. All right, I'm fair like that. I'm fair for a square. But if it don't mean it, hey, salaklia. If it do mean it, then you know, hey, all right, we don't do that. All right. So back to it. Women, is it lawful for Levite men and men of Sakari? I need you to know these laws. This is from a Levite. Flavius Josephus wrote the words of Moses. He was an eyewitness, and we don't like Josephus. Just listen to what it says, okay? See if it makes sense. Nor to approve of men lying with male, all right, which was to hunt after unlawful pleasures on account of beauty. So the next thing we see is men lying with men is unlawful pleasure. Now, we all know that there's a G spot, I believe, as they call it, that the prostate that's in the man's rectum is how it's accessed. I don't know. I've only heard rumors of it. And we won't be finding out on this side of the inside of the outside of the body. If that's what a prostate is, I'm praying for health and wholeness and healing in all of you men's prostates. But we won't be touching that. That's called an unlawful pleasure. When men are entered into through the rectum, the prostate is activated. And when the prostate is activated, it gives not only an encouragement to the erection, but it also pushes out more sperm on the ejaculation when the man ejaculates from his prostate being agitated from his rectum being penetrated. I like science. So it's an unlawful pleasure for men to go through that scientific account that I just gave. If you want to hear it again, go back and watch the replay. Let's read that again. He also abhorred of men lying with their mothers as one of the greatest crimes, and the like for laying with his father's wife, and with aunts and sisters and sons' wives. All right, don't lay with your son's wife, okay? Wicked. As all instances of abominable wickedness, he also forbade a man to lie with his wife when she was defiled by her natural purgation, and not to come near brute beast, nor to approve of the lying with a male, which was to hunt after unlawful pleasures on account of beauty. To these who were guilty of such insolent behavior, he ordained death for their punishment. As for the priests, now, I know everybody heard what I said, and I know everybody in their head jumped up, mercy. Yeah, I know. I get it. I'm praying and hoping and wanting for mercy too. This is true. You men who are Bati boys and Yashar Allah don't get to just get up here and be like, I repented. Negro, that is a spirit. You know how I know? Because shooting dice too much is a spirit too. Just like women flicking the bean is a spirit too. Nah, homie. It ain't no easy pass like that. You Negroes is dumb weird. You stupid weird for that. And y'all immaculately, just, I don't know, magnanimously weird for not all being like, nigga, what the hell, nigga, that's doo-doo, nigga, that's booty. Don't talk to me about what another man do with his woman. Don't get me started. Don't ask me about me and my, don't ask my neighbor, come to me. I messed, my throat got dry on the last part of that note, but I could have hit it, I do believe. Yeah, I know on my accounts with my ribs worlds, which I don't need no, if anybody bring up any sexual accounts on my ribs, I'm blazing them until the ever, forever, never for them bringing out stuff that I never brought out on my own ribs. Blazing them to the ever, forever, never, because you shouldn't have exposed my sexual household. You shouldn't have did that. You shouldn't have did that. I didn't ask you to, why did you do that? That's behind my personal closed doors. You wicked, and the people who participated and watched and knew about it, and y'all secretly had councils and elders saying y'all all wicked for that. Cases of fornication for watching your neighbor naked. Snake, that was bad. Shame on you. Finger shake at you. And then don't call me back. You shouldn't have seen my nakedness, nasty man. Now you know what your brother working with, stupid. Can't even look me in my face because you shouldn't have seen. The woman sharing stuff she shouldn't have shown. That's exactly what happened in the book of Judges. In the book of Judges, Samson went in on them heathens. And guess what he said? He said, you wouldn't have known my riddle if you wouldn't have dallied with my harlot. He put a rebuke on those men and he put a rebuke on those women. You wouldn't have known my riddle. You guilty for going to my woman, wicked Negro, and she wicked, she a harlot for telling you. It was a double rebuke, cold cut. So both parties is wrong. I was heartbroken when I seen what I was seeing. I didn't laugh or rejoice. I was like, why is Zodiac speaking about another man's household? And the brother's like, be quiet, brother. Hear the whole matter, brother. And I'm like, I gotta hear the whole matter. I'm hearing the matter. Mother is of sin, brother. And I have to listen because that's what the law says to do. And then I heard the whole matter. And the video was taken down live publicly. And I screenshotted it for harassment, which is a tactic that Sakari does. I've taken down videos too. Oh my goodness, got my drawers out. I ain't know I had that in my hand. Put that, cut that camera. I've done it too. Yeah, clear the search browser on that. New moon. Oops. My bad. My oops. Let me repent from that. I've done it too. But Gorilla Hebrew got a bad, bro. Like, like I told my rib, like, yo, stop saying stuff that you don't mean, and then you gotta go back and delete it. Say what you mean. Say what you're saying right then. So yeah, rather be deleting it. How 5-hour video lying on Zaquan Barack. I was there for that too. Stop it, Ak. So I understand the truth got out. That's not something you want to get out. You want to try to damage control that as quick as you can. And that's what we're seeing. We're seeing damage control. We're seeing your brother going in and they just throw the brother away. You rebuke the brother. You really love him? Stop it, y'all ain't even give no rebuke. You Negroes want to come with all the lovey worlds and y'all ain't even get no correction worlds. You know what? You would have been the one standing in front of Zaquan when Zaquan Mathathawa had the whip over my back. When Zaquan Mathathawa had to lash me and say open rebuke is better than secret love, my brother. You Negroes, the one trying to stand in front of him with olive oil all over yourself. Hit me first. Hit me. Gorilla ain't a bad guy. I would have been like, hit him, Mathathawa. He taking his brother's stripes with him. Hit him, Mathathawa. And then Mathathawa with him at that stripe, man, a bow. It's ridiculous to see the injustice and the unbalanced scales. All of this can be fixed with reading and practicing what our culture says. Get out your feelings. Hold on. Let's read about the chief high priest Levites. We read about the laws of sexual immorality. That was very short. This is it right here. I want everybody to have your study homework. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to come over here. I don't even know. How do we do it? Where do we go to comments? We can write a message. We're going to paste the worlds. We're going to send it over. There's your homework. There it goes. It should be linked. There's the questions and the answers. These are the laws of sexual immorality when we come into our own culture. Moses forbade it entirely. He says for adultery, he forbid it entirely. You women can't be leaving y'all husbands. I'm going to tell y'all right now, I had my Banaf go through a traumatic experience. And I said, yo, I hope you learned your lesson from that. Stay with your husband. She stayed with her husband. Her husband did wrong. Like, goodness gracious. Good job, baby. You did what your other said. But she stayed with her husband. So in the end, she did what her other said. So we want to encourage our women, don't allow yourself to be in situations to where you're being abused, to where you're being prostituted, and to where if a man is asking you to put something up his butt, that is against the Torah, women of Israel. And if you're in the Sakari camp, school, community congregation, them is your heads. I ain't. Don't listen. I've already had schools be like, he disagreed with marriage. My wife started acting funny when he came around. Duh. I'm like, man, your wife was gone before I even got there. Negro, stop it, man. Quit it, man. Negroes like to blame me for everything. Stupid. Been like that since I was little. So I understand, Zacardia. I understand, my Yaladium. We get blamed for everything. I get it. You women need to know this. It is unlawful for y'all to be put stuff up your husband's butts. If he really like it, he's asking you to sin and break the Torah. And if he's a Levite, there's a special reading for Levites. Ooh, and if he's a priest Levite, there's a and if he's a chief priest Levite, oh, that's really a special. You Negroes ain't reading no more. I will listen to a Sakari breakdown, and it was trash. It was a compelling emotion. I almost wanted to cry today because I seen another brother, and y'all brothers ain't nigga. Stop it. Let's deal with anal sex with men. Let's deal with the degradation of the Israelite woman to the Edomite man. Let's deal with the children. Let's deal with the Sabbath. Because you Negroes is on the wrong Sabbath. Y'all need to come to the 7th day of the week, Shabbat, flat out. And stop all that damn stealing. So the first part of this, as for adultery, boom. We got that part. Now watch this, everybody. As for the priest, right? You call yourself a priest. You call yourself a Levite. You call yourself a chief high priest. Guess what? I told Gorilla Hebrew this when he was doing, I mentioned, I don't know. Now I think he may have had me blocked in. No, wait, I was on the council then. Yeah. I told him this. Yeah, I read this to him then. Yeah. Man, wow. Just think about the wonderful, beautiful experiences we've had in this truth. Wow. How many beautiful years we've had to minister and learn and grow. Wow. This is a really beautiful journey. Just butterflies and rainbows. Wow. As for the priest, he prescribed to them a double degree of purity. No strip clubs. You Negroes that's going to the strip clubs in Sakari is wicked as hell, and y'all are nasty. And a lot of them women up in there, they got unclean spirits on them. You come out there minister. I seen one video of the Negroes. It's like, yeah, you rebuke the stripper club. We outside the road. And the next one is like, and then you in the bar. We reaching the people that y'all can't reach. Nigga, stop it. Stop it. Or keep going. Whatever. I don't care. It ain't my thing. Once we had left from the summit, and I was like, oh, you know what? I'm cool, man. Man, I'm not going in there. I'll stay out here and skateboard for 2 hours. And let me let you brothers know, even back then, when we went to that whatever place it was, y'all know I didn't stay in there. I went outside and skateboarded under the bridge. Took pictures, videos, all that good stuff. Minister, y'all have no idea what I seen come walking out that bar, whatever it was, in the wee hours of the mornings, drunk, high, whatever. I ain't got nothing against. You can get drunk, that's the thing. If you getting high, I ain't got nothing, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Come out of there faded, or sober. And I'm looking, I'm like, nigga, is that a man or a woman that you with? That's obviously a BBL. But nigga, I think that's a man. No, that ain't no man. You know what? That must be one of the family members of the homies or the cousins. You know what? They got so minister. And that time in my innocent little Israelite mind, I just skateboarded. I was like, you know what? Never mind. I'm gonna remember that one day, but I don't want to. And I just skateboarded away. And you have no idea what you see standing on the Isle of Patmos. We are not allowed to be taken with bar girls, with hoes, harlots, and the daughters of Israel make themselves into harlots, which is so heartbreaking. That's so sad. That's so sad. Please stop making yourself. Please stop making your children into bastards. That is the most heartbreaking thing, man. I'm so tired of women saying that. We weren't never married. I'm just your baby mama. How? They make their own children bastards, man. And it's just heartbreaking. You daughters got to do better. We're not allowed to be harlots. We're not allowed to make ourselves harlots. The priest, if you're a Levite, you're not allowed to kick it around harlots. Why? Because you have been prescribed with a what? A double degree of purity. Ain't nobody gonna hold Mr. Chief High Priest to a level of purity, Kahan. Nobody's Aquanium. Just come on, man. I've been on these councils. I've been around. I've seen the run. I've seen the. Come on, man. This is what you did last time. Same thing. You ran down to the Zaquanium in Florida. I did the same thing with Zaquanium Flowers. I pissed me out, man. I was Zaquanium, show them all. This is what happened. So I understand there's a comfort in the Zaquanium, my Zaquanium too. So don't be like, you're the only Zaquanium, and then my Zaquanium too. They was over us in the chairs behind us when we were standing up on the stand of the stage being announced together, Elder. So there's my Zaquanium too. So I pray Bahashama Mashiach Yahweh that the Zaquanium, all of Zaquanium, because my objective is to teach and protect the youth, not just to rebuke brother Hebrew for what I don't give a damn about what he do in his bedroom. That shit is sick to me. But some people don't like the stuff that I might do. And guess what? You never know unless you're my rib. The point of saying stuff is the point of saying such is to say, I don't give a damn what he does in his bedroom. It's sick to me what I seen. It's sick. And I can never unsee it. I can never unsee it. I can never unsee it. I can never, and I shouldn't have seen it in the first place. So shame on his woman for taking it outside. Unless she just knew, listen, I'm being abused. I can't get no help. You know what I'm saying? Because my ribs going to men on the outside. That's that most act of treachery ever. Shame on you, you unfaithful woman. You don't go on the outside. But if you have a situation where you're being beaten, where you're being prostituted out to men on social media, to where, you know, sexual deviancy, penetrating your man's booty is something to stand out on. If you just mad because your husband went and kicked it with his other concubine, like me, and I'm like, yeah, she ain't giving me none. What's up? What you doing? She gonna get mad. And my peers had a sucker attack. You should know better. Nah, nigga, you should know better. Nah, nigga, you should know better. Do benevolence. Give me mine. Sucker lights, man. Oh, but we ain't gonna say nothing about him. Nigga, for real? I am. Right is right, wrong is wrong. If you a high priest and you got Negroes calling you high priest, chief high priest, oh, you gonna wear this. You gonna wear this. I ain't even gonna put no joke on. I ain't even gonna attach no joke to that. But you gonna wear this. As for the priests, he prescribed to them a double degree of purity, for he restrained them in the instances above. So what we read up here, right? So the chief priest, right? The priest, and I'm only saying that because I just think it's so ridiculous and unhumble, man. You got brothers out here, I am nothing. You got brothers out here, chief high priest, nigga. You sound stupid as the all get outs. You my peer, nigga. I'm not going for it. And they're like, you the chief. We start coming with the scriptures. Yahweh Masha Yah. Oh, well, then they switched it up, tried to do the damn cleanup worlds. No, he's the chief high priest of our school. Yeah, okay, he can be that. Okay, I guess. Well, let's give the chief priest, let me give my peer some rules. All right. Think I'm gonna stand next to you and I ain't gonna say nothing? You think I ain't gonna call Yachanan and say Zaquan Yachanan? This Negro shouldn't be on this council. I called all of my Zaquanian peers, and I couldn't call Gorilla Hebrew because he had me blocked since the summit. Because he lied on Zaquan Barack while he was in his feelings, and I was texting his ass like crazy, calling him all kind of words. Like, you ain't telling the truth. I was there. But let's teach the priest who is still in office. All right. Salute to the priest who's still in office. All right. Salute to you. All right. Give it up for the brother. All praise y'all. Basham Mashak Al-Shai. Hallelujah. 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 Basham Mashak Al-Shai. All right. Basham Mashak Al-Shai. Basham Mashak Al-Shai. All right. The Most High will be done in all things. All right. Order and harmony reigns so that one might not say, why am I thus? And why is he not? Order and harmony reigns. The sun and the moon, it rains, yin yang. Sirach chapter 42, verse 24. He's made all things doubled and set one against another. They all reign in harmony. So one will not say, why is he? And I am not thus. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's just because you haven't read St. John Chrysostom. You haven't been reading on the constellations. All right. So I just quoted from an astrological book that has to do with the Bible. All right. So as for the priests, he has prescribed to them a double degree of purity, for he restrained them in the instances above, and moreover forbade them to marry harlots. I'm sorry. If you are marrying women that are strippers and you are a priest, nigga, you off. And I'm your peer, so I'm going to tell you, you're not my elder. You don't got no rank over me. I have absolutely no pick you up from up underarm fear of you. I have private brotherhood councils. I have a problem when men post up against me. You Negroes that's a part of Sakari, whoever y'all was, because I don't remember y'all's faces. I just remember how rude y'all was when y'all acted like some illegitimate children, and y'all posted up against me when I came to address my brother according to his offense, and y'all withstood me because y'all violated. Whoever you Negroes are, this Sakari, y'all need to apologize to me, man. Y'all gotta do it public. Just be like, hey, man, we just following orders. And then I'm gonna be like, oh, you know what? Because y'all got to help me to be able to drop it. Because until then, I'm still holding on to that martial arts stance. And I don't know which one of y'all elbow was close to my face, but I remember it. And I remember seeing my brother, Tazadak, across the way. And I was in trouble because I almost lost my temper. And you brothers was rude at the summit. And you forsook me from doing Matthew chapter, was it 15, 18? Sometimes I mix up numbers. Y'all forsook me from keeping the law of Yahweh. Y'all was cowardly. Short daggers. As for the priest, I forgive you, brothers. I just don't know who you are. As for the priest, he prescribed to them a double degree of purity, for he restrained them in the instances above, and moreover forbade them to marry harlots. No, Gorilla Hebrew, you cannot kick it with bar girls, harlots. You can't even be in strip clubs, my guy. He also forbade them to marry a slave or a captive, or, now here's the part that really hurts, or as such as got their living by cheating trades and by keeping ends. Now, let me stop you right here. Before anybody try to stop and be like, them was bottle girls. Them wasn't strippers. Them was, but stop it. Stop it, baby Bruce. Hold your post. Because if you're supposed to respect your Zaquanium as elder priest, Gorilla Hebrew taught you, then respect your elders. Hold your post. If those women was bottle girls, and guess what? They were keeping in girls. They were in keeping girls. They were girls who get their money by cheating trades. It's the same context of a stripper. It's the same context of a girl. She's just a pretty girl. She's just making her wages. She's just carrying a bottle. She don't take off any clothes. All she does, that's a cheating trade. That's a cheating trade. That's a bottle girl. All right. Let's see. There's a way of figuring out this phrase.
and I've done it before, but I don't want to do it now. I pulled it up, but if I go to it and go through it right now, then what we'll do is we'll go into a different teaching. All right. So yes, bottle girls and strippers fit into this category. It is not lawful for men, Israelite men, Levite men. I'm not from the tribe of Levi. I can marry a stripper. I just don't like strippers. Never did. Never will. Never. If you was a stripper, I usually can tell. I can smell a stripper like I can smell a cop. I can smell a cop and a stripper. Like one nostril one nostril for the other. My elder brother Dadariot, he was like, man, don't give him no money. I was like, oh, all right, bet. And I was like, I ain't supposed to give y'all money. And then he was, hey man, watch out for them, man. Hey, everybody police. Nah, man. Cheating trades, strippers, in-girls, prostitutes, lizard lounges, dating apps, girls that's being on dating apps just so they can meet up with the man, so they can have sex with y'all nasty Israelites. I pray Yahweh expose all my wicked wives. Bahashama Mashiach Yahushai. They had no problem exposing me, throwing me up under the bus, taking my children from me. They had no problem shaming me. All that. I pray for a new awakening. Bahashama Mashiach. I pray Yahweh expose and cover, reveal. Bahashama Mashiach Yahushai. I'm tired of being ashamed. I'm tired of getting shamed, and I'm tired of Israelites not standing up for truth. A lot of y'all just wicked as hell, standing idly by, not saying nothing. You're justifying the wicked. These are the type of women that Levites, high priest, chief high priest are not. I will never call you that, Negro. You sound stupid to me. You know I will straight up call you by what your name is, bro. Stop it. Humble man. This is ridiculous. All right. So not women that are in innkeeping trades, not cheating trades. All right. So that includes belly dancers. Okay. That includes, call girls. I'm just here to get your attention, baby. I'm just here to set up the day, baby. You're using your lust, your sexual attention to get cheat out of other people for sexual financial gains. That's a cheating trade. That's whore. Stop it. There should be no whores of the daughters of Yasharallah. Niggas talking about, yo, give up on Gorilla Hebrew. That nigga gave up on his wife when he asked another man to screw her. Stop it. You niggas whack. Oh. Talking about, oh, Lord, you repented for that. If that was 10 years ago, I understand. If that was 5 years ago, I understand. If that was 4 years ago, I understand. If that was 3, 2, 1, I understand all the way. If they worked it out and they stayed together, I understand that. If she came and she was like, I'm going to slander you. Because I had a wicked woman say to me one time, I can't wait to expose your wicked ass. And I said, what did I do? I just got fish instead of chicken. Damn, I'm wicked now. It's hot sauce, but it ain't Louisiana. What did I do? I'm expose your wicked ass. I said, what do you want me? I'm expose your wicked ass. I got the receipt. I'm expose. She just standing in the kitchen repeating it. I was like, damn, you demon possessed. It's like, huh? Okay. All right. Well, how? Mama, help? Nope. Sisters, help? Nope. Help? Nope. Hey, man, y'all help? Nope. Man, listen, man. This is some ridiculous stuff that we be seeing. I'm so grateful to be on the inside, outside. Guam Yasharala all the way from the Isle of Patmos. I'm over here sipping some kind of weird drink, waving a Yasharala little flag on my little island with an umbrella under, watching y'all. And Yasharala look crazy, son. It's nice over here on the Isle of Patmos. Thank you to you, Zaquani, who exiled me, cut me off, used my wife's accusations, slandered my family, didn't come back visit me and my children. Couldn't handle the counsels that y'all put me under. Thank y'all so much for helping me to see from the inside out how hypocrisy, how hypocrisy, how hypocrisy, how hypocrisy, how epigalat. You know what I'm trying to say? How much of that we see in this Israelite community. I'm so grateful to be on that. I'm so grateful because I took the Torah with me over there on the Isle of Patmos. As for the priest, he prescribed to them, chief high priest, a double degree of purity, for he restrained them in the instances above, read all of that stuff above, and moreover forbid them to marry harlots. He also forbid them to marry a slave or a captive, and such as got their living by cheating trades and by keeping inns. You should look up what is an innkeeping girl, okay? Look up what is an innkeeping girl. All right, maybe we can do this real quick. All right, so what is an innkeeping girl? I don't want to go too far away. Bible Kushah. All right. All right. We won't take too long on this because we do want to get all of our reading in. All right. Host, guest. All right. A girl who stays, a stay girl. They come inside. Okay. Okay. All right. So I won't go any further on that. We'll stop right there. So I just looked up a few definitions. All right. So these are the women that are unlawful. He forbade them to marry a slave, captive, and such that got their living by cheating trades and by keeping ends, as also a woman parted from her husband on any account whatsoever. Nay, he did not think it proper for high priest. Stop it. High priest. Stop it, high priest. He did not think it proper for high priest to marry even the widow or one that was dead, though he allowed that to the priest, but he permitted him only to marry a virgin and to retain her. You Negroes that's a part of Sakari need to be on diligent watch. My elders gave me a restriction, and I still guess what, y'all? I was restricted from getting a wife for 2 years. And guess what? I was not only restricted and banned, can't come to the summit, lost my seat, lost my title, lost my heritage, I didn't lose my heritage, all that good stuff. Oh, and you can't get a wife for 2 years. I said, you niggas is out of your mind. You gonna tell me I can't put my penis inside of a woman for 2 years? Because my woman is mad at me? You Negroes is bugging. Y'all the penis police though? Well, guess what? I haven't got a wife in 2 years. I got a dog. I've got a pretty awesome dog. Yeah. He does all kind of cool stuff. Backflips, he opens doors. Literally, it's the coolest thing ever. But I kept my judgment. I didn't get no rib in 2 years worlds. 2 years worlds. And I want a baby so bad. I can smell the breast milk, right? I can smell the baby. I can see the negro linea. I can see the black line creeping down a big old swollen baby belly with olive oil. But I kept my judgments. The Zaquanium of not only Master Yasha but the elders and the peers of the government of Israel being officially silent on such a disgusting accusation. Unless this is a ploy, this is a psyops. The government of Israel came up with an explicit plan to try to weed out who was going to slander Gorilla Hebrew and try to break up Sakari. And then they can tell you all who are the weak from the tares, and we would know who the 2/3 are. Ha ha! Gorilla Hebrew came up with a genius plan. I don't think so. I don't think that's what this is. But if it is, then I'm going to be one of the ones that's going down with those who say what we heard was disgusting, wicked, and vile. It's disgusting, wicked, and vile. It's disgusting. It's demoralizing. I like to see the black woman get dominated by the white man while I'm a black man getting penetrated by a black woman. This has got to be some comic book stuff. You telling me you made this up? I know you made this up. I know you sit down and scripted this out. I know you was like, Drake did it to Kendrick Lamar, so I'm going to do it, and then that's going to make me a more popular Israelite because we're going to look at all them niggas was fake, and I was the only real one, and I got them out of the way, and now I'm popular. That's got to be the grand scheme plan. You got to have to be doing that. This is like a Resident Evil Code Veronica grand scheme, brother. This is an escape room plan. I don't know what, break the glass. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? How do I get out of the room? This is ridiculous. This is the most defiled, disgusting, anal sex of a man, white man defiling the Israelite wife, mother, with a shirt on that says, I love white boys. You gotta make this shit. You gotta make this stuff up. Excuse me, my Amma still didn't give me permission to cuss. I apologize. I have been. So luckily, I'm trying very hard. It's just that I'm still working on discipline of the tongue in my mouth. So luckily, I publicly confess and admit that I have been using appropriate speech, and I apologize and I repent. I'm going to work harder. So luckily, please forgive me for cussing. All right, so you got to be making up this emoji poo-poo caca. You got to be. You got to be. Can't nobody, ain't no man in the world of history of Israelites of all the tribe of Levi ever said, put on a shirt that says, I love white men while I'm having sex with my black husband in his rectum. And there's something that got to do with a digital vibrator. Now, listen. I hate that I even got to talk about this. I'd rather be talking about the tabernacle of Yahweh. I'd rather be talking about how the earth is not flat. I'd rather be talking about this with the Torah portion. But I got to talk about this because somewhere there's an Israelite that's struggling with homosexuality. Somewhere there's an Israelite boy, man, that's struggling with already being penetrated. Somewhere there's an Alizé that was molested in the strip clubs. Somewhere there was an Alizé little boy that was hurt. And we all struggle with something. I was molested when I was a diaper. I remember my babysitter, I remember I was like in my 30s. I was asleep and I woke up, I was like, she was playing with my ding-a-ling. And I was like, what? What? My three of my wives, we was all three in bed, and they was like, what'd you say? What? Huh? Who? What? Who's playing ding-a-ling? I didn't tell you anything. They was all kicking each other's feet. I'm like, calm down, go back to sleep. It's a dream. It's a dream. But I ain't touching you. I'm sleeping now. Wasn't nobody else dream. Be quiet, y'all. Go back to sleep. All right. So what happened was, so I'm sleeping and I woke up and I was like, wait, I wasn't getting my diaper changed. I was getting molested. And I remember it was a fat white lady. She was supposed to be changing my diaper, but I felt a tingly feeling. And then I remember another person being there. And he was like kind of telling the girl to stop. She was older. And it's like, yeah, I remember I got my pee got played when I was little. So things happen. I was molested when I was a pee. That's what happened. My penis was played with when I was a little boy. I didn't know. But I was always a shy, fun little boy. I was never a bad boy. I didn't give up my sexual integrity until I was well ready and well known and enough. And I gave it to a woman I was in love with. And I had 3 beautiful children to that woman that I was in love with. And that's the birth and the beginning of my first, of me giving my virility to a woman. And it was Victoria Ann Smith. And I had 3 beautiful children with her. And I wasn't a hoe out in the streets when I was younger. But then, so what that happened. So with that being said, I wasn't a fast, promiscuous boy. So, we're children of integrity. All right. So I know what it was to be clean. I know what it was to be set apart. And I'm sorry if Gorilla Hebrew or, Adonis or Alizé, or, if Isaiah Yasharallah, if any men of Israel, or if any woman of Israel has ever been molested, this is a heavy thing to deal with, and it's nothing to be laughed at, because I was raped in the truth. I had a woman jump on me and I couldn't get her hands off my pants. And she performed, things on me I prefer to not mention, man. And she was so strong. And it wasn't like, oh, you gave up. No, I didn't. I didn't give up. I didn't. I fought with everything I could. And about time I couldn't get her off me, she had already forced me inside of her mouth. And I'm sorry to say that, but I was raped. And it happened in the truth. And then I had to be like, dang, it happened. Now I got to go back and be like, what can I do to amend the situation? All right. The woman had no intention of being my wife, man. She just raped me. She molested me, man. From start to finish. So I know what it is, brother Gorilla Hebrew and everybody else, to go through these things. But there's also rules and laws that we have to keep after we come into the knowledge of what the offenses are that happen to us. And we have to manage those scriptures. We got to manage those scriptures by the way that we rebuke others and by the way we carry ourselves. All right. So one man's fetish might be one thing because something may have happened to him when he was a pygmy, a child. That's called a familiar spirit. Well, what if I got my dingle dangled when I was little and I didn't understand what happened? And when I got older, for some reason, now I have a fetish for, for women who wear their shoes inside of fish bowls. Ooh, when you put your feet inside of fish bowls with water in them like that, it gives me a tingly feeling, and I don't know why. Everybody got their own fetishes, man. And some of these things, they seem like, like, God dang, that's the worst thing ever. Yes, some of these things are capital punishments. Some of these things are crimes that are punishable by death. But praise Yahweh, we have the blood of Hamashiach Yahushai, because I would be one of the first dead niggas amongst this Israelite community. I wouldn't even have made it to Shalom. Dead. As wicked I was before the Most High brought me to the complete awakening of who He wanted me to be, which I'm still not there. My journey isn't done. Somebody asked me, is all said and done, was it worth it? I told them, I said, it's not done. I don't know where I'll be. I don't know who the Most High put in my life. I don't know what new children. I don't know. So for every man, every woman, every child that's operating in spirit and capacity, if you have a familiar spirit, you got to break it. There's certain things I can't have around me because they'll make me go into that lustful zone. But I should have a wife to help me. I had a wife that lived with me that didn't help me sexually. Said, nope. Like, come on. Do dishes. Nope. Clean the house. Nope. Change my baby's diapers. Nope. I don't feel like it. I do it when I want to. Come on, y'all. Y'all have no idea what, you know what I'm saying, what I could be doing. I am not ugly. Forgive me for saying it like that. I clean up pretty fairly nice. I clean up pretty good, even in my older age. Men old, but I just don't, because I understand these familiar spirits that's out here, and I don't want them attached to me. And unfortunately, that familiar spirit came attached to me by somebody who had attached to him, and I was already set apart. Like, oh my God, dang, I didn't mean that. So we got to protect ourselves, you know, let them go. That's what I'm saying. As for the priests, you brothers got to do better. If you're a Levite, if you're a chief high priest, if you're a high priest, if you're just a little Levite, if you in any Israelite school, camp, community, congregation, you're a Levite, these are the laws for you and your sexual integrity. It is not lawful for men to approve of lying with a male. I don't care. Don't let no nigga twist it on you. Be like, it wasn't a man, it was his wife. It's gonna make you sound even stupider. Don't you ever try to defend that. Don't you ever try to defend that. Don't nothing go in there. But since things have been going in there, we got to cut that spirit. We got to kill it. We got to hate it. We got to say, I know what you did. It was disgusting. It was nasty. It was wicked. It was vicious. And you can't do it no more. It was gross. Don't you ever do that again. Don't you do that no more. Because you ain't going to teach my son it's okay to get pumped in this butt. I'll kill you. You think you're going to molest my son? You think my sons are gonna be around you, and you think I know you like to get pumped in your butt? I'm not sending my son to your summer camp, homie. That's a real thing. Hey, that's a real thing. And I teach my sons to watch out for bati boys, so they don't get molested in the bathrooms. This ain't Moonlight. Y'all seen the movie Moonlight? You Levites throughout the 12 tribes of Yasharallah need to learn these. Don't be like, oh, he was just coming at really. I'm coming at all you Levites who need to learn. Because as far as I know, I'm from Yehoiada, and the scripture says, thou shalt not vex Judah. So now, the Levites, don't vex the Levite. You know? Don't vex the Levite. All right. So my objective is not to vex you, but to teach you. Some of this stuff will just be a little bit vexing, but it's not for hatred or slander. It's for correction of our nation. I'm obligated if I don't say it. This video gets one view. I don't care. I do care that the truth gets out. I have to say what Yahweh tells me to say. Even Balaam knew to say that. As for the priests, he described to them a double degree of purity, Guerrilla Hebrew, and he restrained them in the instances above, Guerrilla Hebrew, and moreover forbade them to marry harlots, Guerrilla Hebrew. He also forbade them to marry a slave, Guerrilla Hebrew, and a captive, Guerrilla Hebrew, such as have got their living by cheating trades, Guerrilla Hebrew, and by keeping ends, Guerrilla Hebrew. All right. So these are the type of women you cannot marry, Guerrilla Hebrew. If you choose to, you being a Levite makes you, I don't know what kind of Levite. But, you know, here's the biblical standards right here. What's the nigga going to say? This is Josephus. We don't like Josephus. Shut up. Shut up. This is straight from Levitical law. All right. So let's continue on, Guerrilla Hebrew, and the rest of you Levite brothers. See, remember, Guerrilla Hebrew is not my elder. He's my peer. He's not my elder. He's your Zaquan, not mine. He's my peer. As also a woman parted from her husband on any account whatsoever. So any of you Levites that's in Yasharallah, and y'all like, oh, so you used to be married? So y'all not married now? So I can marry you now? Guess what? You can't marry her, you brothers. Nay, did he think it proper for the high priest to marry even the widow of one that was dead? So even though she only been one man her whole life, she's a widow. Nah, not even for the high priest, right? It's not proper for him. He's got to be extra set apart. All right, so be careful what you're calling yourself, right? Though he allowed that to the priest, but he permitted him only to marry a virgin and to retain her. Can y'all imagine if Guerrilla Hebrew's new wife for the rest of his life was only ever a young maiden virgin who never been with a woman. I mean, well, yeah, never been a woman, because some of these women is lesbians. Negroes is kicking it with women in strip clubs now. Y'all kicking it with sodomites, bati girls, and everybody penetrating. She getting penetrated, he getting penetrated, everybody whooped away. There's no boundaries. There's no boundaries. This Negro need to be down there and pray. He need to be. Here's my suggested prescription for my peer. You need to go and fast, cry, and pray, and go live with some elders off somewhere with no electricity, and I don't know, just start over again and again and again, as we do. Like I said, if this was something that was 10 years ago, okay, man. So what? Hey, since it just came up, guess what? It's still gonna get spoke on. Still gonna get spoke on, because it's about the Eliam learning too. It's quantum thought, the why stand open rebuke better than a secret. Come on, man. Dang, Zaquan Karash. Dang, where the elders at? I guess the Zaquanium got tired. They came to my case. They was like, shit, that's the last one we doing. That nigga out of here. We ain't doing no more court cases, man. You better get up off y'all thrones, man. I mean, sit up on y'all thrones, man. You mean the Zaquanium ain't none of y'all? This is y'all best buddy. This is the sponsor of this. Y'all ain't gonna say, y'all ain't gonna rebuke nothing. So imagine Gorilla Hebrew's next rib being a virgin. Somebody get this man a virgin who's never been defiled, and retain her forever and ever and ever and ever. Keep the laws all over. Start all over brand new. That's a prescription. Hence, it is that the high priest is not to come near one that is dead throughout the rest of, although the rest of us are not prohibited from coming near to their brethren or parents or children when they are dead, but they are to be unblemished on all respects. Okay, so let me read down a little bit. We're going to specifically deal with the sexual clean and unclean laws, dealing with Levites, dealing with the men. All right, so I just want to read down. Okay, so that's what's going to stop at right there. So this section right here, Flavius Josephus, Antiquities of the Jews. Now, there are more. We're going to go into more, but I just want to hit point by point. We just read Josephus, Antiquities of the Jews. And as you can see, that we're in book 3, chapter 12. This section is called Several Laws. When you read through here, you're going to find all different types of beautiful laws that are already written in the Torah. It just gives us a better understanding of how these laws were kept. All right. Why does it give us a better understanding of how these laws were kept? Because Moses wasn't far off from the time frame of Josephus. Josephus was a first-hand eyewitness. Excuse me. Sometimes I mix up words. All right. So, Bible Shah, if you can, don't curse the deaf. I'm not deaf, but I mix up words and numbers. So just, pay attention to see if what I'm saying is true or not. All right. So, that's me asking you. Don't mock me, because if you do, I will roast your parents. All right. All right. I will roast your parents. And there's a scripture on roasting parents. You feel me? And we'll all roast your parents back. Don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that to a man. You know what I'm saying? You're not supposed to slander the cursed either. I mean, you're not supposed to slander curse the death. Or you're not supposed to slander the deaf either. So be mindful of that. All right. All right. So now here are our considerations, or not considerations, our laws on chastity and on adultery. Now, they're not taught to us. And that's the part that bothered me. I remember Gorilla Hebrew, my brother, my peer, my comrade. I remember you. I remember you. I remember your words. I remember the counsels. The Most High didn't give me a gift for numbers. They go backwards in my head. Well, guess what? Words are verbatim to me. Words go verbatim. Different languages go verbatim in my head, my children's head. We can't help it. We just understand languages. So I remember when people, that's why I can't stand women who lie, because I remember what you women say. I hate it. I hate it with a passion, because they think if they lie long enough, people gonna forget they lie, and they lie is gonna turn to. And I hate it, because I see how delusional women are. One truth maker, one truth. Stop it, man. They've done too much bad, man. They've done too much bad, man. So I remember words. So I remember your words, Gorilla Hebrew. I remember you mocking, saying, we're not going to do a little Torah portion. We're going to read the Torah for real. We're going to teach the law for real, like it's supposed to be taught. And yeah, we're going to make sure we get that calendar straight, because this brother shouldn't be doing it, and that brother, he don't know what he's doing. He think he's teaching the Torah portion. I'm going to do it. The scripture says, thou shalt not covet, brother. Nobody asked you to do that, but then when you took on responsibility to do it, you still didn't do it, Gorilla Hebrew. So I'm looking forward to you teaching not only the Torah portion as you said you were going to do. I'm looking forward to you teaching the Tawara, the laws on sexual immorality, and also the laws on men and anal sex, the Levites. Is that lawful? That's my question. All right, let's look for something real quick. All right, take a step back. Reprobate, that's a beautiful word. Reprobate. Flavius Josephus against Appian, book number 2. All right, let's share this page, see what we got here. Flavius Josephus against Appian, book number 2. Everybody get this if you get a chance. So this is a real Levite. I said real Levite because if you call yourself a Levite and Gorilla Hebrew, we don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? I don't care no more. People told me the DNA thing showed you was an Edomite. You know, I don't know, whatever. All right, whatever. All right, Shalom. But here's a real Levite. His name was Flavius Josephus. He was a Negro. He was a real Levite. He lived before the time frame of the so-called Piso family who claimed that they wrote about him. He teaches that Europeans, Gentiles, have leprosy, and they are not omitted in our congregations. Levites cannot be from any nation. Levites cannot be from any tribe. Levites cannot be leprous. Flavius Josephus also preserves the history of not only our sexual laws, but also all of our laws that had to do with any of our injunctions of coming together. This is Black history at its excellence, and it's used in every academic school that I can think of. They teach from Flavius Josephus, who was a Black man. I don't know why. Oh, he also rebukes the hell out of Sakari. He rebukes Sakari all up and down. He was the general of Sakari. And then they be like, Flavius Josephus was a traitor. Come at me, bro, because I'm defending OG Joe. I'm defending Uncle Joe like crazy. I can't even find my Flavius Josephus book right now, and I'm hurt about it. I'm physically hurt. Come at me. Come at me. If you think Josephus wasn't a real person, let me read to you. You Negroes is lying, and y'all cowards for omitting information. Josephus calls Masha, Moses, our lawgiver. And indeed, the greatest part of mankind are so far from living according to their own laws that they had hardly known them. But when they had sinned, they had learned from others that they have transgressed the law. Didn't that make sense? Didn't that make sense? It did. It kind of clicked, but it made sense, but it didn't. This is your Uncle Joe, your Uncle Yahweh, your Uncle Jojo. This is the good Uncle Joe. Hey, Uncle Joe, what you know, Uncle Joe? And he come through spitting some game. Now, remember, we're still looking at sexual immorality and the Levites. I'm going to read this to you first. Those also who are in the highest principal post of governments confess that they are not acquainted with those laws and are obliged to take such persons for their assessors in public administrations, and profess to have skill in those laws. But for our people, if anybody do but ask any one of them about our laws, he will more readily tell them all that he will tell, than he will tell his own name. And this and a consequence of our having learned them immediately as soon as we ever became sensible of anything, and of our having them as it were engraven on our souls. You understand that? These nations They don't understand the law, statutes, and commandments. But Yasha Allah, we as a people, since childhood, when you ask us, we don't do that because we don't do that. Well, Issa Bunny is wrong. Our children, that's bad. We don't do that. I don't eat pork. See, it's engraved in us as a nation. Matter why? Because we allowed him Yasha Allah. We found out about sin once again, once we started coming and living amongst these other nations, and we started performing their acts. Once we started doing their ways, we lost ours. The sexual immorality rules of our culture, of our nationality, are written for us to keep us safe and to protect us and our future generations. It is not lawful for the Eladim of Yasha Allah. It is not lawful for the children of Israel. Let me copy and paste this for you all. All right, I'm gonna start with this section right here. All right, this is a fault because some of you Negroes is lazy as hell, and your teachers is lazy, and your elder whack for that. And I'm gonna call him out because a lot of y'all Zaquanium is my peers. So if me and my Zaquanium, if me and my peers, yours Zaquanium, if we having a conversation, guess what? They're gonna talk to me and they're gonna rebuke me. You little baby brews need to stay in y'all's lanes. What do I mean when I say that? What I mean when I say that is you're Zaquan, and I'm telling you this at a very sincere place. If your Zaquan teaches you to keep the Torah, and the Torah teaches you that sin is X, Y, and Z, then your lane is the Torah. Some of you baby brews need to stay in your lane because you're running up behind people too soon and you're forgetting your place, and your place is in Yahweh Bahasham Hamashiach Yahweh Shai. You're forgetting your place. You're getting ahead of yourself. You're thinking because you the man next to the man, or because you got on the same shirt that you all gonna say the same thing. The scripture says to not follow a multitude to do evil. Right is right, wrong is wrong. Now that's my question. Is it lawful? What then are our laws on marriage? That's my question. Let me type that in. Are our laws on marriage? Brother was referring to me one time in the video. He said, who? Oh, that one brother that can't count? Oh, yeah, him. Oh, we ain't gonna talk about him. I was like, oh, yeah, good looking. You ain't gonna talk about me? Good looking, homie. Appreciate that. Let's read on real quick. I hope everybody can see this. This is Flavius Josephus, all right, and the book is called Against Appian. And this is the chapter 2, book 2, chapter 25, paragraph 25, line 199. Now, I've read this many times, and I need to read this right now because we just read how a Levite taught us that it is unlawful for Levites to be penetrated, because it's not lawful to penetrate men. I want y'all to know this isn't the only places we're going to be pulling this from, too. Pause. No diddy. No pun intended. Pulling it from. Pause. This isn't the only place we're going to be getting the scriptures from. I want to show you, because you know why? You baby brews got to know it's not okay. Don't be like, oh, he did it and it's over with and all that. No, listen, that's a spirit. And it's going to trace around y'all and then come up at any time. And you'll never know when your sons or your daughters are now getting anally penetrated or molested or taught that they can steal. Or y'all know why I keep saying that, man. All right, chill out with that stealing shit, man. That's wicked. Excuse me, that stealing stuff, that's wicked, man. What are you talking about? Stealing stuff? Hey, y'all, we gotta stop as a nation, man. I'm saying, you know, I do what y'all do, man. Just be careful, man. I'm gonna say what your captain say. Just be careful. Nah, don't be out here stealing. Hey, listen, the scripture says, man will not despise a thief if he steal to satisfy his soul. But when he is found, he shall return sevenfold. Now that chapter and verse is actually talking about an adulterer. So when an adulterer get caught, y'all gonna be in big trouble. And you know what? And it's so sick, all you adulterers that's out here, because y'all hiding y'all wicked, evil, shameful sin, and y'all hurting other people around y'all. Why don't y'all just go away? Get all yourselves together and go living on a little adulterous colony together. And relieve and you let everything go. I want a blue and green garment. I just thought I want a blue and green garment. All right, my bad. Let's get back to this. But then, what are our laws about marriage? This is the Levite teaching us, and this is going to us. Listen, that our law owns no other mixture of sexes. You hear that? No other mixture of sexes. If you Negroes sit up here and say to me, well, it ain't mixture of sexes if it's a woman putting something in my butt. If y'all sit up here and say that to me, man, I can't say what in the Sakari I'm gonna do. I can't even say what in the Sakari I'm gonna do. I'm so grateful that Mazapanium. I hope Mazapanium love me. I'm a rider for my elders. I still got my government flags. I don't know what y'all did with y'all. I still got my document. I still study my paperwork. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. I'm off in the bunkers. I'm in the bunkers studying like a bug out. What y'all out there doing? Got comfortable in the civilian life. Listen, I'm still studying. The law owns no mixture of sexes. What do you Israelite Levites think about that? You can't put stuff. You can't put carrots. You can't put cucumbers. You can't put fingers. You can't put plugs up a man's butt and up an animal's butt. Now listen, I know we go into the subject of anal sex with wives, but I'm not going to go into that because every man in their own household has to deal with that on however they do, however they choose. If you have a husband and you have a wife and you have your own relationship sexually, we're not going to deal with that. We're going to deal with, I never want my sons to learn it's okay that Hebrew Israelites got elders that put stuff in their butt. We don't do that. We ain't bati boys. We ain't mama man. We don't do that. Because guess what? My bond, my sons ain't going to look at you the same. They're going to respect you. They're going to have their eyes furled up a little bit. They're going to stay away from you when you offering, hey, what Shalom, little op, going to dap you up. They probably be like, Abba. I'll be like, yeah, all right, friends, go ahead. Okay, Shalom. It's going to be like that. It's going to be like that. It's going to be like that. Yeah, nah. Yeah, nah. Too many things come to my mind. Men touching boys on the shoulders. Yeah, that's like my elder. That's like my uncle. And then you find out the niece got pregnant. No, I'm not going for it. Give me my daughters, Memphis. Give me my daughters. Find out men in the community want to secretly be their daddy. If only you would have chose different, I would have chose you. Get the these niggas is nasty. They nasty. How you gonna look at me, Karat Zayak on Yashal, Isaiah Yashal, Chrome on the Hebrew? Look at my daughters that look like my daughter looks exactly like me. And look at her, look at me every day and not just be like, man, go give that man his daughter. She look exactly why he ain't here, but his daughter here. You niggas, something else for that. These laws are meant to be kept, not broken. They're meant to acknowledge what we go wrong at, and then once they are broken, they're meant to be kept. But then what are our laws about marriage? That the law owns no other mixture of sexes, but that which nature has appointed. It has not appointed nature for men to have their bum penetrated, honey. We don't do that. That's weird. And it stinks. That's weird. Now I ain't telling no man what to do with this woman. I ain't got no dog in that. You brothers handle your possessions well. I dap you up. You brothers handle your possessions well. I got nothing to do with that. But ain't no men out. You remember that movie? It's a man. You know that this a man, Buddha. We ain't punking no man round here, Buddha. Yeah, I know. Wait, let me get that. South Central. We ain't punking no man, Buddha. Here come up. Oh my yeah. I love you, Howard, so much. He just loves it.
What the fuck is this? You're here because you are now my property. You belong to the Aryans, you little sugar. We owe you. You suck my
well.
I just want a big mistake.
So that was about to happen. So the Aryans was about to beat and rape an Israelite man. And now here come Kwame Yasharala. Here come the nation of Israelites. Standoff.
Making a big mistake butting in on Aryan business, Ali.
I do not mean to pry, Buddha. I truly do not. I just want to ensure that this man gets a fair turn.
He is Aryan property now. He belongs to me. The Deuce paid their debt with him. Are you going to stand in the middle of that?
No, Buddha. I break no jailhouse laws. It is not my intent.
I break no jailhouse. My bad. I started getting into it. I break no jailhouse laws. So I like his politics. So his politics is like, look, man, he owe you some cigarettes. I ain't got nothing to do with that. I ain't breaking no rules, man. All right. So he owe you some squares. That ain't what I'm here for.
The peace. But somebody got to ensure you don't break any laws either.
You hear that? You hear that? You hear that? What did he say? He said, but you got to make sure, somebody got to make sure that you don't break any what? Any laws either. What is he here to make sure what law he don't break? Let's see.
The fuck you talking about?
What you talk? What Esau? What you talking about? What you talking about? I sold that birthright. That birthright was mine fair and square. I'm the redhead Esau, my red skin, redneck eyes. What you talking about? That man said, I'm here to make sure you ain't breaking no laws either. Could it be that he's talking about the laws of thou shalt not punketh another man in thy bung world? Could that be the law? I believe so. We're here to make sure you ain't punking no man, Buddha. Wait, that's my part. I didn't understand this when I was little. I didn't know because I was a pitney when this came out. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know how young I was, man. I'm couldn't be acting like I'm too young. I'm not that young. I am young. All right. But not. Oh, but you know. Okay. All right. So he says what? He says what he said. He said. Woo. Woo. I gotta use it. I know body poking here. You get right, Buddha. Ain't that right, Buddha? He a man. What you Levites think about that? The Nation of Islam got it up. What you Levites think about that? He's a man. Ain't no man punking no man around here. Ain't that right? Don't y'all agree with that? They put it right there in the movie. The white man wanted to screw the Negro. And you got the Negro, I don't know, I guess he says he's a Negro. His DNA says he's a white man. I don't know the proof on that. People saying it. I'm not here for that. There's something going on, man, with the Negro getting screwed in the end. And it's terrible because you have a black woman in the middle getting abused. Prostituted out, get screwed by a white man who nobody knows. And then screwing the black man, the black woman is in the middle. Come on, man. That could be psyche breaking. That could break a woman, man. That could break a person, man. That's sexual deviancy. And don't get me wrong. Let him who that sin cast the first bottle of Vaseline. Don't get me wrong. I've had my fair share. But we're not going to prostitute and promote this okay sex websites, friend websites. If any of my, I pray Yahweh reveal all my ribs that's being on honest committed those. Please, Yahweh, by Shema check outside. I'm ready. By Shema check outside. Hallelujah. 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 I'm ready for new things, man. I'm ready for new growth. I'm ready for new life. I'm ready for everybody to have their portion of what they've spoken over my life. And I'm ready to let go of people who let go of me a long time ago. They just keep doing the reclinging. And I've decided to let go of the reclinging. So by Shema check outside, Dwight Howard, please don't expose, uncover, reveal. Hallelujah. Let it be done. And give me custody for all my children. All my children. And if the children want to stay, all right, shalom. Sorry to hear that. Sorry to see that. You know where to find me. But for those that want to come with me, come on. This is what you're doing. This is what you're doing. You might be skateboarding in the winter. I'm saying, who knows? But then, what are our laws about marriage? That the law owns no other mixture of sexes, but that which nature has appointed of a man with his wife. And that is to be used only for the procreation of children. So no putting the doo-doo in the poo-poo and coming in the bum-bum. No mixture of sexes, and you can't procreate children if you're having ejaculations in the butt, men. Men, you can't be having prods in the butt. But it abhors. Look at this, Gorilla Hebrew and everybody that's a Levite. I want all my Levites from LOZ, all my Levites. If you know me, I want all my all Levites check in. But it abhors the mixture of male with a male. And if anyone do that, it's you see that? I don't care what you niggas is talking about. Gorilla Hebrew knew this. If this was 2 years ago, 3 years ago, he knew this. He knew this. Don't hit me with the we struggle with nigga. You ain't supposed to put nothing in your butt at all. At all. World. At all. So women, I ask, should Levites be ghetto gagging the white man on the daughters of Israel? Should Levites be ghetto gagging the white man on the daughters of Israel? Question for the sisters. Is it possible for a man to affect you so much emotionally that you don't want to have sex with him? That's a question. That's a real question. I've done over 10 years in correctional facilities, and Yahweh kept me from all homosexual urges. We not in prison. Negroes shouldn't be penetrating none of that stuff. If you Sakari and you still, excuse me, if Sakari, it's still a part of your name, and you're in my contacts, I know your stance. That's fair, right? We're in springtime. Someone should be focused on getting pregnant. Oh, that was one of my random thoughts. Oh, this is a donate for to Sakari. You can donate to Sakari's Cash App. All right, so here's Sakari's Cash App. If you want to help the ministry, all right, you can donate to their Cash App, and you can help the camp. All right, donate to Sakari. All right, support Sakari. Pray for Gorilla. Pray for her children. Pray for his rib. To help her spiritually, mentally, emotionally, teach his officers if they have questions. All you officers of Sakari, you know, if y'all got any questions, y'all can't be doing butt stuff, and you gotta rebuke that. You have to hate it. Please, you know, there's cash out for that. I just got beat up. Man, my PlayStation account I had PlayStation. Oh, I got thousands of dollars invested in PlayStation games. And that's my family games, and somebody was hating on me, man. They shut down I had somebody hate on me, they shut down my Facebook. Somebody hate on me, they shut down my post. Somebody hate on me, they shut down my PlayStation. I don't trust nobody no more, man. It's crazy, man. All right, our first obligation is to Yahweh to protect our wives, our children, and that could even mean from ourselves, man. So what do I mean to say? If I've had sexual fantasies where I wanted to do things that I know me and my rib could do, so I whispered a bit in her ear while we was being intimate. These are not things we want to talk about. My picnic, my children, they may be watching, my grandbabies may be listening, and all that other stuff. And plus, I don't want to expose things that I would rather do with women who I'm in a marriage with. I don't talk about this stuff. Man. I learned that from, you know what I'm saying? So I don't talk about that. You know what I'm saying? Salute the dads, man. I miss my son Kyler, man. I don't talk about that. But here's the thing, though. Men, sometimes you have a sexual urge towards your woman, and your sexual urge could be something that's either outside her boundaries or something that she used to do in her college days that you would be ashamed of. She really told you about what she did while she was at work. You know what I'm saying? You'd be ashamed if you knew how many men your wife had sex at work. I can't wait to find out. Him too? Him too? Him too? Man, all praise. I've been waiting to find out. Nice to meet y'all. Hey, brother husbands. Damn, why you been hiding on my brother husbands from me, sister? So we have to protect our ribs even from ourselves if we have fantasies that go too far. Now, I will say, you know, I've been there. I've done it. You know what I'm saying? Me and my ribs, we sent out messages and photos. And, you know, I had a sister, which I won't speak nothing on because I don't want to bring no shame to her because I love her so much. She's my friend. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, we've had conversations. You know what I'm saying? She's, you know, I hate to say it, you know, as a concubine, but she's not my rib anymore. She violated our commandment. But we still have children together. You know, she's still sexually attracted to me. I don't watch pornography as much as I used to anymore at all. Kind of hardly ever. Sometimes no. So I hit her up and yeah, I love you. She's like, yo, I love you too. You need something? Like, yeah, I need some affection. Can you give me some affection? So instead of me going to women in the streets, instead of me going to prostitution, which I just don't support, I just think that's gross as hell. Bro, that's weird and nasty. Niggas be like, you wouldn't hit that, like nigga, you do, like, ew, soy boys, like y'all got too many, and then they don't know how to keep the unclean laws. So, I don't know. I actually accidentally I have sex with women that are prostitutes in the truth, and I just don't know they're prostitutes. So it's too late. Like, damn, I didn't know you was a harlot. Damn, thought you was an angel of light. So, men, we have to protect our ribs, even from our own sexual fantasies. Okay, so that's what that post is about. All right, bring back. There it goes. Bring back the roof 314 women who sleep at the feet of working men. Y'all gotta go read that, man. The roof 314, man. She slept at her man's feet, man. All praise. All right, so uh, this is specific. All right, love covers a multitude of sin. I want my sins to be covered. I want my daughters. All right. Aries, constellation of chief of our constellation, our chief Flavius Josephus told us to be in the Passover season. Why am I talking about that? Because I'm trying to redirect our attention to people back for Passover. It's getting close to Passover. This is only a test and a distraction. Focus on your unleavened, your lamb, and your wine for your children. So women, start focusing on making unleavened bread. Learn how to make new non-bread recipes. You know what I'm saying? Start focusing on where you're going to get your lamb from. You know what I'm saying? Switch your attention, your gears. All right. Pray for the mental, spiritual, and emotional state of women in Israel who have been used in and out of the truth. That's a very hurtful thing. Women have been used in the truth. Women are used out of truth. I married a woman and didn't know it. She had sex with, I think, 3 men in 3 different camps. And I had no idea. I was like, golly, I guess I'm number 56, 8 and that. I'm number 7 and 7 heavy. All right. Well, damn it. Can you at least make me a last? So now I got to put out a damn warning poster for one of my runaway wives so nobody accidentally get her pregnant. And go, I love her. You weren't there for her. I'm like, nigga, she about to hit you with every scam she hit every nigga every else with, nigga. All right. No, nigga, don't do it. I got to put out a damn warning poster. All right. So, Sakari members who feel compelled to stay should support the elder, but rebuke their rebuked actions. I agree with that. Let me see. Self have a lot of potholes in this. What? That's that speech text and moving fast. That don't even make sense. Self. I think it's I myself have a lot of potholes. Yeah, maybe I myself have a lot of potholes in the truth. And I would want the same companionship and compassion from my peers and elders. All right. Let's see. I just watched a very compelling apologetic video for Gorilla Hebrew, the brother petitioning for mercy, and we should show it. Okay, which I think that's fair. All right, man, that's dope, man. Y'all sons don't even be niggas. They be little architects, scientists, inventors, doctors, lawyers. Y'all reduce him to a little nigga early. That's cool, man. I seen that, man. All right, so I'm gonna yield here, man. This topic actually do. Oh yeah. Julie Ray, man, I'm so glad that we forgot about the Olasky book. I think that's hilarious. Let me show y'all something real quick. Let me show y'all something I think is funny. All right. So I'm going to end it off on this real quick. All right. Now I'm going to segue into this real quick. If you don't know about this real quick, I hate this. I hate that I got to spell this. Let me show y'all something that's so funny. Let me show y'all something that's so funny to me. Okay. So I hope everybody can see this. I'm in this video off, man. Pray for Gorilla Hebrew. Pray for his Mashpachah. Pray for his family. Pray for his daughters. If he has daughters, pray for his sons. You know, we don't want this spirit of fornication to transfer over to his son, the spirit of sodomy, homosexuality, the spirit of, familiar spirits. We don't want it to pass over to our sons, all right, to our daughters. So pray for the mental state of his rib also, you know what I'm saying, the emotional state, we don't want to be women in the world that we get used in these conversations. Because can you imagine the damaging effect that can have in your relationship that you're supposed to have with Yahweh? Like this. I was married to a chief high priest, girl, and he had me having sex with a white man wearing this t-shirt, and I was putting it in his butt. It all sounds like a movie. It all sounds like too scripted. It all sounds too much like a ploy. It don't even sound real. It sounds fake. And I pray that it is. But if it is, I think it was a dumb, stupid waste of time when we could have been studying the Torah and learning about Yahweh Shai's coming and impending doom. How stupid of a trap ploy was this to waste everybody's time? Because the scripture says we got to hit the great with the small. But if it's true, so pray for the family, pray for the children. All right. If you're a young daughter, if you was an Israelite son or daughter, you was raised in the truth, and you know what it's like to grow up with Israelite parents. All right. Pray for the kidney, because y'all know what it is. Don't forsake the truth. All right. If you're an Israelite man and you think you forsook the truth because you didn't like the way your daddy was, don't worry, you'll be back. Don't worry, daughter, you'll be back. All right. Your parents instilled the love and fear of Yahweh in you, because we knew how dangerous and cold this world would be. All right, so pray for the brother's family, man, that they be not destroyed, but come back together. All right, pray for the food, community, all that good stuff. All right, some of much after outside. All right, I say all that good stuff because y'all know what to say. You know, I don't. So look at this. This is a dumb, stupid, crooked book. Okay, it's called the Elastic. It's full of a bunch of witchcraft and weird things that can't be explained. Just because it has stars and patterns, people be like, ooh, and then they get to this outer place and they can't explain that because this is just all from a madman's dream that used to do witchcraft. All right. So a madman's dream that used to do witchcraft. This is the book Oaspi, Oaspi, Oaspi. I call it the old ass pee. Like it smells like pee pee. Like you know, you pee on a blanket and it's got that sweet, syrupy, stinky smell. Yeah, this is an old ass pee book. So here's something about the Oaspi book. It's got a bunch of words in it that can't be explained because the guy who did it, John Blue Newborough, he was doing sorcery. He was doing witchcraft. He was doing seances when he came up with this book. All right. This old like heathen. Yeah, I can't find a there. Go picture of him right over there. Yeah. Okay, I don't see a picture of him. Plus, I was listening to his chant, man. That was beautiful, man. I love these prayers. These Palladium. I love these prayers, man. I'm gonna have to say that. We're gonna have to play that one again. Let's say again. All right. So the point of saying that to say is that this book is utterly ridiculous. It's full of madman's lies and toxic. Watch this. A new Bible. Y'all see how I just came up with a new Bible? All I said was a new Bible, right? A new Bible, right? Watch this. Ginga guli 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 watch out ginga goo ginga goo. Look at this. Ginga guli 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 watch out, right? Ginga guli 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 watch it, right? This is now what I said. Now listen, everybody. This is gonna sound funny. Like, why did he do that? Why did this is gonna make sense? What I just did was I just pulled up an old song when I was a child, right? Now, let's check this out, right? That's all I'm gonna play. But all I said was ginga guli 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 watch that ginga goo, right? And that's what pulled up. Now watch this. Let's go back to this page. Let me show you how ridiculous this is. Oaspi. Oaspi. Ohaspi. No, still nothing. Oaspi. Still nothing.
Flights from Cincinnati to Odeby leaving March 27th and coming back April 10th start at $718. The shortest flight is about 11 hours and 20 minutes long. You can choose different travel dates on your screen.
You all see what I'm getting at? Watch this. A new Bible. Hold on, watch this. Oaspi, a new Bible. Look at this. It still didn't pop up. You know why? Because Oaspi is not a real word. Oaspi is not a real word. Let me show you all something. You got to paste this word. You got to search this word in order for this to come up. Google search doesn't even recognize and acknowledge it because it was made up by this man, John Blue Newborough, the guy that was on the Ghostbusters 2 poster. You feel me? Daggone Ghostbusters 2, Vincent Van Gogh. Did we get him? This guy, Vigo, the master of evil. Look at this. You see this? This is Vigo, the master of evil. Try to battle my boys. That's not legal. This guy right here, all right, this is the daggone writer of the Oaspi Bible, okay? This guy right here. Here we go. Here's the writer of the Oaspi Bible. All right. Come back to this picture over here. Boom. Don't it look just like him? Look just like him. Let's go back over here. Boom. Look just like him. You remember the movie Ghostbusters 2? Right? The sorcerer, the warlock, witchcraft dude. Boom. Here you go right here. So he came out with this book called the Oaspi. Now, the problem with it is it's not a real word. So whenever you try to use, and I've seen this, whenever you try to use Google search and you try to pronounce it, Google does not acknowledge it because it's not a word. It's in the English etymology. Any word you should be able to find in etymology. This is a word that was made up by a man who made his own Bible, and then there's Negroes running around teaching it as if it is. And the word is so stupid. It's so stupid. It's got a whole different. Instead of Yahweh, it's Jehovah. Instead of Yahweh, it's Yeshu, and he's a vegan. The Negro don't eat no meat. It's so weird. It's so weird. That's enough time for me. All right, I'm gonna say y'all brought come out by my shack outside. Man, I had a good time going over this. Make sure y'all study what we went over. We went only over two things. It was Flavius Josephus on Against That Beyond book number 2, just to cite my sources. And we also went over Flavius Josephus, Antiquities of the Jews. And the section is called book number 3, and it's called Certain Laws. You got to go to the certain laws section, and you also have to look at the section in Philo. We are not allowed to be butt plugging nobody. Oh, we slipped, nigga. That's a big slip. We all slip. Yeah, but homie, that's planned out, strategized. I paid for it with my credit card after the Sabbath. Nigga, you lying. Get out of here, man. Ain't nobody